Hi everyone, my name's Mo. I'm the head of visualization here at Strive, and this is Ryan.
Hello.
He's a senior visual artist at Strive. We're currently both working from home, as probably a lot of you guys are as well. With this whole coronavirus thing, we just basically firstly hope that everyone's okay, everyone's healthy. If you are working from home or isolating or anything like that, just I hope it's all going well, not causing too many issues.
No.
And good luck with everything. I know we're all worried about everything, but we just wanted to make a quick video today, just because we've been inundated with questions about what Loop is, basically, how it works, a few of the details. So we're just going to do a bit of an informal chat, go through some questions, and hopefully give you guys some answers. So what have we got, Ryan? What's the first question?
So question 1 on the list is, what is Loop?
Okay, well, this is an easy one. Loop's basically an interactive, it's like an advanced interactive visualization. So you've got your static images, which is your standard visualization. So for example, a building that isn't built, you might have an image that's created to show what that's going to look like. The next step from that is an animation. So you've got like a static path from A to B, so you might fly around a space, and you can just basically see the details of that space. What we wanted to do is we wanted to take it a little bit of a step further. So what we've done is we've allowed the user to actually take control of the camera and view what they want. So instead of having an A to B camera, you can now walk around a space yourself, interact with it however you want. So for example, you can just use a keyboard or mouse or anything. You can walk around a space, you can look where you want to look, you can click on things, you can interact with things, and it's basically just to put the power in your hands. So rather than someone telling you what they think you should be looking at, you can just look at what you want. So it basically gives you the power.
Yeah.
Essentially. In essence.
Yeah. So question 2, can you move around and how? So you pretty much just answered that, haven't you?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, I mean, we'll demonstrate as well. So if we switch over to one of the different demos we've got at the moment. So one of them here is we've got basically a commercial office. So all I'm doing now is using the mouse and the keyboard. So keyboard, basically arrow keys to up, down, left and right, and using the mouse to look around. We've got various different control schemes. So for example, you could have like a PlayStation control pad or something like an Xbox One. You can have, when we get into a bit later, we get into the mobile devices, you can have an iPad, a virtual reality headset where you've got their virtual reality controllers. So any kind of control system you can come up with, really, we can create. So if you want something bespoke or really simple or really, really advanced, we can program that in. So yeah, it's just a matter of just walking around the space, and you've got the freedom, as I say, to explore yourself. Which is what the power of Loop is.
So that's the unique selling point in it. It's the real seller is the fact that it's your journey essentially. You go where you want to go and you look at what you want to look at and you interact with what interests you, and you get a real feel for the space. Exploring it as you would a real space. If you went to look at a show home or a potential office block, it allows you to have that power, really.
Yeah, definitely.
So question number 3. Why should you use this instead of static visualization?
There are quite a lot of answers for this one. I'd say it's mostly because it allows anyone using it to almost create their own emotional connection to a space and take their own journey around a space. So it's okay looking at a static image or just watching an animation, but once you can literally, in this example, for example, I can walk into this meeting room. Once I've walked into that meeting room, I've almost created my own emotional contact with that, because I'm the one that's walking in, I'm looking around, I want to look at the floor. Because I'm taking control, I can build my own emotional connection, therefore I will remember it and I can experience it in my own way. So it's not just force fed to you, you're actually doing what you want to do in a space.
Yeah, and I suppose we can also, in sort of this instance, you can see whereabouts the sun would hit. You can look at things that a visual can only tell you so much about a space, whereas with this you can explore it and you can use the space as you would naturally, and you can see what kind of daylight you're getting during the day, how the lights work, etc. What the kind of details are to the smallest degree. So it's it allows you to kind of get all the information from a space you require.
Yeah, so, definitely. Yeah,
essentially. So question number 4, can you tailor this to my brand?
The short answer is yes. Loop is a completely bespoke product. We create it all in-house here at Strive. So anything from the user interface, which is basically the icons you can see, to For example, the home screen here, which is when you first load up the application, the splash screens, it can all be tailored to exactly what you need. So all we do is we request brand guidelines or what you want it to be there, and then we'll basically work within those guidelines. Any assets you send us, we'll put in there. So we'll basically create a custom application for you. So it's not just an off-the-shelf product. It's something we will create directly for you. Even down to things like videos actually on the TV screens. In this instance, for Absolute Commercial Interiors, they've got their own little almost like a little show reel on the TVs as you're walking around the space. So yeah, anything you want in the space that's to do with your brand or on brand, we can do. That's not a problem at all.
Yeah, I suppose the beauty of that, it allows someone to feel like they've got something bespoke, doesn't it, compared to another product that we've done for someone else. No two products will feel the same, and I suppose that's the real beauty of it. It's it's your own software, tailored for you.
Yeah,
essentially.
100%. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so question number 5, I believe. Can you change things in the environment from furnishings to time of day, and how does this work?
Okay, yeah. Well, one of the main things is the interaction. As I said at the beginning, it's the next step in a visualization, so you can interact with it. So I'll just switch to another demo we've got here, very briefly. This is more of a smaller apartment, and basically with this apartment, same thing applies. We can walk around the apartment just the same as we could before. In this instance, when you hover over things, you notice that the actual icon, the mouse cursor changes. If I, for example, hover over the floor and I click, I can then interact with whatever finishes that's on the floor. So I can change the carpet. I can go in and I can actually change the floor finishes in the kitchen area. I'll do that now. So you've got all the different finishes that you could think of, and even the kitchen, the worktops, the splashbacks. Basically, anything you'd want to interact with in the space, we can change. And as you mentioned, time of day and such, we can do that as well. So in this demo, if we just click on one of the actual clocks, you go from daytime to nighttime.
Yeah.
So then you can see a completely different take on the space. So in this instance, we can see what it's like at night, how it is outside, where the lights are coming from, the actual ambience within the apartment once you've got a really nice feel to it. So we can just switch from day to night whenever we want.
Yeah.
And interact with any kind of finishes. I mean, in the bathroom, for example, we can change the tiling. So basically, it's just down to your imagination what you actually want to get into a space, really.
Yeah, definitely. Couldn't have said it better myself. So the next question would be, is this just for residential sector, or does it work in other sectors too?
Well, we've already had a look at one commercial office, and this is basically a small apartment. It can lend its hand to anything, so any single thing you can think of, whether that's an environment, a space, a product, or for example, a car or something, anything that you want to visualize in some way that gives it a user an interactive element or interacts with it, we can do. So we can have a car configurator where you can walk around the car and actually change the details on the cars. As you say, there's large developments, small developments. It could be things like restaurants, bars, hotels, anything environment you can think of, we can recreate. And it's the same technology can be moved to any of them. So it doesn't really matter what it is.
I suppose the sky's the limit, really.
100% sky's the limit.
Imagination's your limit.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so the next question. If I'm already working with a furniture supplier, can you replicate the furniture and put it into the space?
Yeah, we can do, definitely. I mean, we're a high-end 3D visualization team, so we're used to doing that sort of stuff anyway. I'll just switch over to another quick demo we have to show you. So this is basically another interior apartment, and in this one, basically we were prescribed the exact furniture that needs to be in there. In this instance, we provided with references for the furniture or models or CAD plans or any kind of information, whatever information we can get a hold of to actually model the furniture. And then we just model the furniture in the space ourselves, put all the finishes, try to recreate the finishes and everything to make them look as realistic as possible, really. Yeah. So yeah, any piece of furniture or anything, as long as we've got some kind of reference to go on, we'll recreate that for you and get that in the space.
And we can also, as well, even if that information is limited, we can then use our experience to populate a space as well, can't we? So we have that experience to kind of design a space as well, if necessary. Yeah, 100%. To make it look lived in, because that makes it look much more believable and interesting to look at, really. So, whatever the client wants, whether it's they want to control every aspect of it, or they want to kind of give us creative freedom over it, it's generally down to the brief and the client, really. Yeah, definitely. So the next question would be, what other functions does Loop have? In-app marketing, renders, video showreel, etc. So quite a few, really. Yeah, there's quite a few. I mean, we'll keep this example on screen as we've already got in there. As I mentioned before, you've got things like static walkthroughs, which this is sort of like the next stage of, but
this product actually also includes things like static walkthrough. So if I hover up here at the top, I can play the walkthrough animation.
Yeah.
So in this instance, it'll just play a predefined animated path to best showcase the environment. So if you don't want to walk around the environment yourself, we can just set up the animations within the environment and you can just play them. This can then just be saved. You can upload it to YouTube, use it on social media, anything like that. So you not only get the interactive environment, but you also get a static walkthrough as well. I mean, in this instance, as you can see, we can do that, and then we could also, if you want stills, for example, just still images, you can then just press another button and save your own renders. So wherever you want to, so if, for example, if you're someone sat at home viewing the environment with, I don't know, their partner or someone looking to buy an apartment, for example, and you want to send the images to family or friends to say, this is what we're looking at, you can just literally save your own images whenever you want. So if you want to show them a picture of the bedroom, you can just save your own images. So you not only get the images, static animation, and the fully interactive environment. It's all in one product, basically. It's all in one place.
I suppose the ability to save renders as well is really good. Really useful with the ability to change finishes. So if you're speccing a new house or apartment, you can spec it up to how you like, and then you can take screenshots or renders as you walk around. So then you've got a record of those finishes. So if you want to show off or kind of convince someone to go with a certain finish, that option is there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we can also add small little extras if you need them. For example, in this demo, we've got things like control systems, so it tells you how to actually use them and stuff like that. So any kind of interface things you need, we can create fully bespoke interface for you. So if you want, and in the previous demo you saw this little map in the corner, we can add things like that. And so anything that you want on there, you might want some marketing or just a video on screen or anything, we can do anything like that.
Local information to where the apartments are or anything like
all
that.
that sort of stuff. Yeah. Cool. Okay, what have we got next?
We have, what platforms can you view it on, e.g. Android, iOS, laptops, computers, tablets, phones, VR headsets, etc. I know you've answered a couple of those already, haven't you?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, and basically we cover all of them. That's the short answer to that. The base platform is Windows 64-bit, so things like Windows 7, Windows 10. That's our base platform. We also port to iOS and Android. We actually have working examples of Loop on the App Store and on the Play Store, so you can download them. Things like virtual reality, we've just recently completed another virtual reality project. So anything you see here today in this demo, we can do in VR with headsets, on a tablet, or on a phone, basically. Yeah. So all those platforms are covered.
Yeah, and that covers all of it, basically. Right, 2 more questions, I think. Just refresh the screen. Why can this not be played through a web browser?
It's basically tech. The web browsers aren't quite there yet with the real-time visualization. It takes a decent chunk of power, and the web browsers and our tech haven't really melded at the moment. It's like a holy grail for people trying to do this type of environment. We are nearly there. We have a lot of tests going at the moment with trying to get it loading in a browser. Mm-hmm. So basically all you can do is go home, open your browser, and you're in an environment straight away, instead of having to actually install an application. We're getting close, but the tech is a little bit far away. It's a little bit in the future. Some of it's out of our hands. So we are going to get there, but not quite yet.
And finally, how can you get this to the customers?
That ties in with just what I was just saying as well anyway, is that basically we create an application. If it's a Windows-based application, you will have basically a file to install. So it's just like any other program you install on your computer, and you can have that in a web link. So if someone goes to your website and they can just click on it, download it, install it. It can be sent in a link in an email. You can store it online in a Dropbox or something, or some kind of online storage you want to use. Yeah. In the other instance, if it's on a mobile platform, all they need to do is to go to, for example, the App Store or the Play Store. And they can download it straight there onto their mobile device. So that's their iPad, their iPhones, that sort of thing. So that's the easiest method really for you to deploy it, is just on the App Store. They can just type in company name or the name of the actual application, and then just download it straight to the device.
Yeah. It's pretty straightforward, isn't it? It's like one click. And
it's one click.
It installs itself.
Yeah, even on the PC, you just download it, hit a button, it's installed and done. That's it.
So I think we've actually got one more question that I might have missed.
Okay.
It is, are you confined to just one room, or could this be a full building?
Oh, okay, yeah, good question. You can have as many environments as you want that are linked together. In essence, I'll switch over to another demo. I'll go back to the apartment that we had up earlier. So basically, this is the apartment that we were exploring earlier. Yeah. The apartment entrance is this door here. So basically, this door leads out of the apartment. So if I just click on that door, we're then in the actual corridor. So we've left the apartment and we're now in the corridor. So as you can see, we can walk up and down the corridor. Down at the bottom end, you've got a lift. Up this end, you've got the fire exit and everything. So all these different doors in this corridor could lead to different apartments, for example.
Yeah.
So you could have a building, you walk in the entrance, you click on a door for the gym, or you click on a door to go up the lifts and then go through different bedrooms. We basically, the sky's the limit, so we can link everything together, and all you do is you just click to go back into the apartment again.
Yeah.
So there we're back in the apartment again. So yeah, it's any kind of
that.
environment. It's easy as that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of having the different spaces built, and we can link between them, and you can basically take your whole journey from entering a building right up to where your apartment is that you're staying in, for example, and then down to the gym, and down to the restaurant, or to the business lounge, whatever it is. We can link them all together, so any size of development could be covered, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Yeah, and that's is that it? Is that our questions?
Yeah, I think that's all of them, to be fair. So if you've got any more questions, just feel free to comment on this video, or get in touch via email.
Yeah, just anywhere at all. Give us a call, get in touch, email, anything, drop comments like Ryan says. Just ask any questions you want. We'll just fire answers back to you, and hopefully this has been helpful.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, I'll take care of everybody, look after each other.
Yep. Stay healthy.
We'll get through it together.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks a lot.
Cheers. Thank you.